Hello again. In this video, we are going to complete two exercises. First one, we're going to look on creating connected boxes and using margins and column guidelines to help us to distribute those boxes correctly. And also we are going to look on master pages and how to add different things to the master pages. So go ahead and create A4 blank document. I would like it to be binding left to right, and I would like you to create quite a few pages. 5 should be enough. So now I've got my document. I can add more pages to it by clicking on the bottom in the pages menu. I'm going to go to page number 2, and here I'm going to change margins and add column guides to this page. So I have this page selected. With that, I can go to layout, margins and columns, and here I can adjust both of them. So I could make my margins smaller or bigger if I want to, and I can also put guides for columns. At the moment, I only got one column guide. I can make 2, 3 more columns, should I wish, and I can also change the distance between those columns by adjusting my gutter. So gutter is a space in between the columns. When I'm happy with what I've got, I'm going to press OK. So now I'm going to add text, and I want the text to be in 3 columns as my guidelines are showing here on this page. So I will go to the text menu. First, actually, I'm going to copy some text. So I've got my far away text. I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to drop a box and Command V, paste my text in it. So you can see I've got my text in my box now, but not all of the text is showing, and I can see that because there's a little red plus in here. So I will need more columns for all of my text to show. So I will draw another text box here, and you can see it's going to snap to my guidelines. And I'm also going to go ahead and put a 3rd column. So I would like now those boxes, text boxes, to be connected. At the moment, they work independently from each other. So that's not helpful for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to, with my selection tool, go and click inside of that red box. You can see that my cursor changed, and now it shows like a little writing in it. So with that, I could now click inside of my 2nd box. So you can see that my text moved from one column to another. So that's an extension of it. So if I will go and, for example, start adding breaks in my text, it's going to shift my text. It's connected. So I could do something like that, or I can adjust it again. I'm going to go ahead and link the 3rd box as well, because I'm going to change the size of my font, so all of that to be connected. So here, there's not extra text that it's not showing, so my box it's empty, but I can still click on it and connect it with that box here. So now all of those boxes are linked. So what I'm going to do, I'm going now play with the text. So I select all of the text and change the font. Maybe change the size of it. And I can start creating some breaks in the text. I can also adjust parts of the text independently, should I want to do that. So in the first exercise, you are going to create pages with the text arranged in 2, 3, or 4 columns. Play with the text, use different type of the fonts, and stop this video. And when you're done, we are going to move to our second exercise. Okay, I hope that that first exercise went well and that you're ready for some more knowledge from me. So in this exercise, we are going to look on using master pages. So at the moment, when we work on the pages, each of them we work separately. But what if we want to have an element that's going to be constant on all of the pages? But you can use a master page to do that. So in your page widget, page menu, on top you've got a master. If you click inside of it, the spread looks pretty similar, but if you try to scroll around, you can't see all of the pages. That's because you actually are not on the page, you are on the master that's going to affect all of the pages. So in that space, if I will add something to it, like a box, okay, that element, it's going to affect all of my pages. So if you look on my page menu, now all of the left-hand side pages has got that green box. If I would go and create something else, for example, a little circle on my left-hand side, now all of the pages on the left are going to have that circle. So whatever you do on the master page, it's going to appear on all of the other pages. So I'm going to click back now onto my file, and you can see that. The other thing that you can see is that you cannot edit elements from the page. If there is an element from the master page that you want to adjust, you will need to click Command Shift, and that will allow you to change, remove this element from the page. So Command Shift, and now I'm able to edit that maroon square, but I'm only editing that one square. It's going to stay in the original position on all of the other pages. I'm going to go ahead and delete it. The other thing that you will see is whatever you create on the master page is going to be on the bottom of the file. If, for example, this green circle, if I still want it, I want it to be shown, but I want it to be on top of other elements, I will need to Command Shift select it, and now I'm going to be able to arrange it. I can bring it to the front, so it's going to cover the other elements. So that's how you will edit elements from the master page. We are going to go ahead and add a footer and a runner to our document. So you can see in the books or in the leaflet, sometimes you've got something that repeats itself. So like the name of the book on the top, or a little name of the chapter on the bottom, and you can do it on the master page as well. So I'm going to go to the master page from my page menu, and I'm going to add a head runner to the top of the page. I'm going to add some writing. I'm going to arrange it so it's in the middle. What I could do to make my life easier, I could have my text box running from one side to another of the page. And then when I adjust it in the paragraphs menu, I'm certain that it's going to be bang in the middle. I think I'm going to change the font here. Okay, and now if I will go back to my original file, you're going to see that that header is going to appear on all of the pages. So I don't have to manually add it to each page. I'm going to go ahead and also add a footer. So footer, it's a little message or a note that you put on the bottom of your page. So I'm going to use the same trick. Make sure that my box is running through all of the page. Adjust it to the middle, play a bit with the size, and here it is. Now, this footer, it's going to happen in all of my pages in my main menu. The one thing to notice is that the master page got a left and right. So if I would like to have the footer and the header on both sides of my document, I will need to repeat them on master page. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go back to my master, and I'm just going to simply copy and paste my header. So now it should appear on both sides of my document. Let's try it. So you can see both sides, left and right, now have that header. The one last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to show you now how to add page numbers. So go back to master page and follow the steps. I will first zoom in into the space that I want my numbers to be. I want in this file my numbers to be sort of in the corners that are touching underneath it. I will need to show the document where my number is going to be. So I would like it to be in this space. I can straight away adjust it and give it a type of font that I like. Okay. And now with this box selected, I can go to type, insert special type. I don't have it. Sorry, I need to be selected inside. So now I can go to type, insert special character, markers, current page number. After I click it, a symbol of an A is going to appear in the box. Okay, so with that I know that my number is inputted. So if I will go now to my document from the master page, you can see that the number is on the page now. And if I will scroll lower, it's going to show me the correct number of the page. Okay, so I've got a numbers on the left hand side. I will need a number on the right hand side as well. So I will go back to my master. I can put it manually the same way, or I can just copy that page marking and put it into the correct space on my document. And you're going to see now that if I will go to my document, both of my pages, left and right, will have page numbers now on it. Okay, so that's what it is to it. I would like you to add 5 different elements to your master page for this exercise, and I would like to make sure that you add a footer, head runner, and page numbers. After you finish, create a screenshot and see you later in our online class. Bye!